Peace, love, and divine light coming on here to bring a message. If you find this message resonates with you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. For whatever reason, I can't even tell you how many times I've tried bringing this message and starting this message. Something always happens. I start it and listen to it, and I'm like, no, that's not quite it. That's not it. And then there was a point where I'm like, okay, well, maybe there is no message. And then the divine was like, well, I brought you here because there's something that gets to be said. So let's say it. And so essentially, here I am, and something just clicked. And the divine is like, okay, so it wasn't supposed to be done that way. And sometimes that's exactly what happens. We oftentimes think that when the divine tell us, relay this message to do something, and if it doesn't feel right the first time, that means that, oh, okay, we were wrong, that what we heard was not the case. And sometimes what it is that the divine is fine tuning, adjusting what it is that you're doing, because we are being divinely led. We are being divinely led to do the things that we're doing. And sometimes the misconception or misunderstanding the communication with the divine, it discourages us to the point where we don't do what we're called to do, and we end it. And oftentimes the message is not necessarily in what is being said, it's in what is being done. Okay? It is in what is being done. What are you doing? When the divine gives you instructions to do certain things, how is it that you're moving? And you're going to find that the more that you listen, the more that you follow through with the instructions that you've been given, the stronger your intuition gets, the more messages you get, the more powerful you get, the more you're able to create. A lot of times you're like, oh, well, how is it that we know that, our spiritual team is speaking to us? Because whatever it is that we're doing, it doesn't come out perfect the first time. Just in relation to this concept of perfection, we are working towards perfection. Okay? We are working towards perfection. We are spirit beings who are in a physical body, who have had influences that have impacted our godlike consciousness. So in everything that we do, in every way, when we follow through with the word and the message from the divine, we continue to push through, you're going to see that the divine is like, oh, okay, guess what? That was a test. You say you want to, get closer and, do certain things. Well, we get tested. Quite often we get tested to see, how strong our willpower is, how much we are willing and wanting a connection with our spirit guides. And speaking of the connection, this is what differentiates someone who's connected to their spirit guides and someone who isn't. And a lot of times what you'll find is that, those who don't put forth the effort to connect with their spirit guide, those people often hate on the ones that do, because they're not understanding how it is that they're able to do something that they're not. And truth be told, it's not that they're not able to. It's just that they stopped at the trial moment where they were being tried where they were being tested. They didn't go through with the test. All right. They picked up the paper, they picked up the pen, and they saw the exam. Some of them don't even see the exam. And then they're like, you know what? I'm not taking this test. And meanwhile, someone who chooses to take that paper and the pen and go through with the test and succeeds, they begin to hate on that. And or they begin to watch it because they're wanting to know how they do it. All right. So for those of you who have gone through the test of pushing through and doing the work, your spirit guides are going to be rewarding you. All right. And the reward oftentimes is not, what we perceive. The reward, part of the reward is that the strengthening and the strengthening in the connection with your guides. Just know that it's not going to come out perfect, 100% perfect all the time. Okay? Whatever it is that you choose to do, whether you're a creator, whether you're a messenger, whatever it is that you do in terms of using your gifts, it may not always come out, perfect the first time. In fact, what you'll find is that the majority of the time it's not going to come out perfect the first time, and it's not meant to. And I think that's part of the test, is in seeing your humanity, in seeing your imperfections. And by seeing that, by way of seeing that, you're able to turn them into perfections. So continue, all right? Continue to push through, continue to elevate yourself, continue to, seek higher consciousness, continue to seek to become the best version of yourself. And many of you, that's exactly what you're doing at this time, is you're becoming the best version of yourself. And it's a process, and you're learning what it means to become the best version of yourself. And your guides are going to reward you. They are rewarding you, because many of you already see this. You see the reward. You see the strengthening of your intuition. You see how you're unblocking your throat chakra. You see how you're able to carry the message that the divine has given you with strength. Something that you may not have done before, you're doing it now. So you're doing the work, and your guides are going to reward you. Okay, so continuing with the message. As I was during this brief interruption, and sometimes interruptions happen for a reason, I got an image of this poster that I have that talks about perseverance, and how perseverance, and the quote goes, we only know what perseverance is and the effect of it because we choose not to give up. We choose never to quit. So some of you, perhaps you needed to know this message, or there's something that you are doing and your spirit guides are wanting you to know, to continue to persevere. Continue to persevere, because becoming the best version of yourself requires that you polish certain things, you remove certain things, you remove the grit, and is it grit? I believe it's grime. You remove the grime, and this is how you become the best version of yourself. And many a times, the first time you attempt to do something, it's not going to go 100% right, or everything's not going to be perfect. And this is how you continue to persevere, to do the work. All right? So continue to persevere. Continue to persevere. And as we're speaking, I'm seeing this quote, okay, from this card here that talks about creating and imagining, or imagination rather. Okay. It says here, when you keep yourself in play and allow the inspiration to flow through you, mind blowing genius can be unlocked. The co creative force wants to work with you in divine calling. It's waiting for you to say yes to working together. All right. So, first and foremost, it starts with your energy. Just know that whatever you're doing, um, play with it. Okay. Be in this energy of play and you'll see wonders. Okay. So, continuing with the message, hopefully it doesn't overlap. So this is what I'm talking about, right? As I'm speaking to you about persistence and, just having the will and fortitude to keep going, various things are happening and I'm experiencing this message in real time. And sometimes that's how, the perfection eventually happens, right? So the first step in becoming the best version of yourself is to actually go for it. Go for it. Actually start, when the divine tells you, okay, you know what, take this step and go for it. When you actually move forward with what it is that you've been given, with the information that you've been given, a lot of times you won't see everything happen 100% right the first time, but that is your test. Continue to move forward and continue to listen to what your guides are saying to you. All right. And you will see wonders. You will definitely see wonders. And a lot of times those tests, it's to get you to the place that you're trying to go. All right. That is the message. If this message resonates, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, love, peace, divine light.